Okay, so I'm making a video showing you the different stages of manifestation as I actively am working on manifesting 25 people to attend the manifestation workshop. I'm going to be super vulnerable, share like all the behind the scenes. Currently got 5 tickets sold. We are 2 weeks out from the workshop. So I've got 20 tickets to sell in 2 weeks, and maybe this hasn't happened yet because God just loves really great stories, or maybe it's not meant to happen. I don't know. So I'm just going to take little video clips of my mindset, of where I'm at when I tap into the manifestation of it, when I start to go through different stages, because I know there's all different stages. And right now I'm in the doubting stage. Okay. And it's always understandable, right? It always makes logical sense. It's always like, well, we're 2 weeks out, we got 20 tickets to sell. Like, what is believing gonna do for me right now? But it's like, this is what I'm teaching people, how to believe, how to surrender. So last week I surrendered, I handed it all over to God. I'll probably keep surrendering this week and like today because I don't feel like I've fully surrendered. I've got a lot of like doubting parts going on. But I filled out the manifestation worksheet, officially finished it last week or 2 weeks ago. And I've been doing my manifestation practice, the embodiment practice 3 times a week. Not consistently, we'll be honest, for a week. This week being the second week. So I'm in the doubting stage, and usually this is the stage when you want to give up, when you want to just pretend like you didn't put yourself out there in the first place, and when the goal just seems too impossible to achieve in the time frame. And so what I'm going to do is surrender. I'm going to pray. I've actually asked my friend to pray for me. That's something new that I haven't tried before in a manifestation process. So yeah, I've prayed, I've surrendered, done the worksheet. I'm reading the thoughts every day. I'm doing, this week, I'm going to consistently do the embodiment practice 3 times this week. And just going to focus on believing and surrendering and being real with you guys. I've got lots of doubts about money, pressure. It's not feeling good. It's not feeling fun. And that I know that the result's not going to come from that place. So I am going to give myself some space to journal, to problem solve, and to listen to the guided action that God wants me to take, if any. Sometimes all we need to do is actually nothing. We need to just surrender and believe and just feel what's going on. So yeah, this is where we're at. Check-in 1, and I'll see you in the next check-in. Really feeling a lot of doubt still. So for my embodiment practice today, I am going to put both my AirPods in, play some music, and I'm just going to close my eyes and feel, and I'm just going to connect to the vision of it. I'm going to connect to the vision of that I have within myself for the workshop, and everyone that I can connect to and feel is meant to be there. I'm going to really build up the anticipation of what it's going to feel like to be there, and to experience that. And I'm going to get really clear on like the vision. So in my worksheet, there's the visualization activity, which is what we'll be taking everyone through at the manifestation workshop. And I'm just going to read that and move my body, which is actually what I'm planning on getting everyone to do at
the workshop, which is like different to what I usually do, but this is what felt right. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I read this thing in my book that I'm reading, the book that I was like given guidance to read before the workshop. And it just is so crazy because the book said the exact same thing that I've kind of like come to realize lately about like manifestation and getting the things that we want, and just the fact that like it's always going to happen. You know, like you can just live in this place of peace of like the result is going to happen because the result that you want is a desire that the higher being that you believe in put on your heart for a reason and wants for you. You know, like you can just trust in that, you can feel good in that, you can have peace in not already having what you want because it's already going to be there because you want it. So it's just like a bit of a catch-22, and yeah, I'm just going to drop into that. I'm just going to move my body, I'm going to show you, and yeah, second check-in. And by the way, it is winter right now, which is why I'm wearing fluffy socks and tracksuit pants and like a puffer jacket. So yeah, just gonna show you kind of what I do. Embodiment and moving your body can be done in any way. Like this is a somatic practice, which is just a practice of the body. I'm getting out of my head and into my body in this moment. That's what the focus of a somatic process is. And you're just going to witness it. So what I'm doing here is just allowing my body to move in whatever way feels right. There's no choreography or specific way of doing this. It's purely just letting your body do the talking, letting it move you in whatever way it feels it's needed right now. Somatic processing can look really random, but when you're doing it, it's really beautiful and helps you feel so good, and it just brings through so much clarity because you're not trying to think your way through things. You're tapping into the feeling as you go through it. And what usually happens for me when I am moving my body and processing somatically is that I have the clarity and the downloads come through my mind and even from God, where I get guidance on how to move forward. I get clarity and really specific messages on how to break through what I'm going through at that moment. And I'm just doing some final somatic processing here. And you can just see how the more you move, the more comes through. It is beautiful. And what I'm doing now is I'm looking at the So You Think You're Ready to Manifest worksheet. I'm looking at the thoughts that I'm going to think and the person who I am going to ultimately be embodying when I manifest the thing that I desire.
And so I'm really just feeling into what it's going to be like when I do manifest the thing that I desire, when it is my reality, connecting to the vision and the feelings associated with that being my reality. And then, as you can see, even more downloads start to come through from this place. So this really is a great practice for helping you to gain more clarity and get the guided action on how to move forward.
Hi. So where am I when it comes to my manifestation process right now? I am in the process of taking action on the new guided action that I got yesterday when I was doing the embodiment practice. And it feels so much more aligned. It feels so right. A little bit scary to just, change everything, change the plan, change the path. Well, not everything, but a lot of it. But the vision feels aligned now. It feels right. And what's become so obvious to me is that is how important. Someone just sent me a voice message who never voice whether that voice messages me. It was lucky. And yeah, what's so obvious is that like connecting to the vision of what I want before pursuing it helps me in my processing. But I guess this was like perfect, and it just reminds me of how important having the vision clear in your mind is, and like connecting to it in like a spiritual way of like not what is my brain telling me is the best thing to do next, the best goal to put together or thing to manifest. It's like what is actually part of my vision, what am I actually aligned with right now that I want to pursue. And yeah, so I'm gonna get clear on a couple of my visions for things that I'm manifesting that are taking a bit of time. See you in the next one. So got up this morning, day after I took the last video, checked my emails, and someone bought a ticket. You can't make this stuff up. Someone bought a ticket. I actually increased the price. So it was originally $55, but I increased the price because I was like, no, like even the price is off. Like there's going to be less people, so the price is going to increase. This is what it's meant to be. So you can't tell me that charge, like there's no like, oh, I'm charging too much. It's not about too much or too less. It's about what's right. It's about what feels right. It's about what's aligned. It's about what's meant to be.
Hi everyone. So after all of these videos, the doubt still continued, and it got to this point of what I realized was you've got to break through the doubt to move past it. And so I had this moment, I had this day where I was crying and just admitting all of the shame of the things that I was holding on to my best friend and my boyfriend. And that moment, I was almost trying to avoid it. I was trying to avoid feeling so much doubt that I felt emotional about it. But then one of my friends helped me realize that that's actually part of the process. And so that was all meant to happen because now I'm going to teach that at the workshop. And people have been buying tickets left, right, centre. We've got 2 spots left before it's a complete sellout. And, I always knew this was going to happen. Like, I always knew I was going to get to this place and everything was going to be okay. But honestly, I think, like, doubt is just part of the process. I think, like, God just really when you're trying to do things, everything your way, and you're not trusting in him or the higher being that you believe in, you'll really just get brought down to this place of like, you've got to surrender, like fully surrender, let it go, stop trying to figure out things just on your own, in your own way. Trust the higher being that you believe in, trust the guided action. But like for someone like me who's very thought focused, very structured and strategic, what is relevant in my journey is allowing the flow to happen and really softening into the feelings and the believing and the feminine part of it. The not doing more, but just the opening up to receiving part is a big part of my journey. And for you, maybe you're really good at the flow and the feminine and the receiving and the opening and the relaxing into it, but like maybe you're lacking structure. And this is where like there's always a light and dark, there's always a yin and yang, there's always two sides to every coin. And it doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on, whatever side you're working towards is perfectly meant for you on your journey. And once you're aware of this within yourself, you're aware of if you need more structure or if you need more flow, at least you can work with yourself from there, right? And it will take a couple times. Like even me, I'm still learning. I know this about myself, but I'm still being reminded of this on my journey because that's just what's meant to be. It's what's meant to happen on my path. And so yeah, I really dropped into my feminine last week at the end of the week. Full flow. I did some feminine journaling and I've made some commitments and like some shifts in my daily routine to really help me drop into my feminine on a more regular basis, and I'm feeling just so good about all of it. I can't wait for this workshop. Thank you for coming along. I hope that you've enjoyed this journey as we have worked through the doubt together, and I would be so deeply honoured to support you and guide you throughout your own manifestation, faith journey, doubting process. You can reach out to me using the link in my bio. Anything that I have available at the present moment will be in the link in my bio. The second round of the 2025 coaching framework is closing soon. So when that's closed, you'll no longer see the book a call link in my bio, which means that my doors are closed. But if I have any other offerings or any way of working with me available at any moment in time, you can just head to the link in my bio in my Instagram or my TikTok, which is my link tree, and you'll be able to find me there. So if you have any questions or feedback from this video, I would love for you to comment it below and we can have a chat. We can go back and forth. But otherwise, if you've watched until this point, thank you. It's been so great to be on this journey with you and myself as I rewatch myself go through it all. And yeah, I really look forward to hearing and seeing what you manifest and attract in your faith journey. Big love.